Good morning, everyone. It's about 9:30 in the morning here, and I have just turned onto Mulholland Highway, just up above Malibu in California. And this is, I don't know if you can see the sign behind me pointing out the next 4 miles twisty roads ahead. I've already covered some incredible canyons, and the motorcycles are out today. As you can tell, we got plenty of bikes out, and everybody's headed up to the Rock Store, which is a old-fashioned motorcycle hangout up on Mulholland Highway, up in the hills here. So, looking forward to seeing if we spot any cool motorcycles up there. And in the meantime, just soak up this beautiful California Sunday morning and these incredible twisty roads. So come along for the ride, and hope you enjoy.
While on a recent visit to Los Angeles and in preparation for a ride up the California coast, I took Halcyon 450 number 262 on a Sunday morning ramble up into the hills above Malibu to a storied motorcycle hangout on the Mulholland Highway called the Rock Store. Situated in Cornell, California, the Rock Store is a landmark in what is known as the 3 magical miles surrounding Malibu Lake. This historically significant area of LA is home to many points of interest from the golden days of Hollywood, including both the 20th Century Fox and Paramount ranches, where scenes from hundreds of well-known films have been shot, such as Frankenstein, 1931, Gone with the Wind, 1939, Planet of the Apes, and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1968. And many westerns. Several well-known television shows were also filmed there, including Gunsmoke, The Cisco Kid, MASH, and Twin Peaks. The area is also home to the remnants of the 1950s Paramount racetrack and a horse ranch of Ronald Reagan. But let's put that aside for a minute and simply enjoy the sweeping turns and incredible scenery that makes these gorgeous Southern California canyons some of the best motorcycle riding in the world. The ride up from Malibu starts off with a gentle incline into the hills, quickly narrowing as it begins to twist and turn up through the Malibu Canyon. A right-hand turn onto Mulholland Highway takes you further up into the hills, past Malibu Lake. And the old place, originally the Cornell Post Office, but now a famous restaurant at one time frequented by the likes of Steve McQueen. Across the bridge from the old place, and a short way up the curving road, is the famous Rock Store, where all these motorcycles are either headed to or coming from. Ed and Vern Savko moved to Southern California from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, after World War II. They stumbled across this building, made entirely out of volcanic rock, which had been a stagecoach stop in the 19-teens. They purchased this Rock Store in 1961 and turned it into a small-town grocery store. As the town of Cornell grew, the roads around it did too, connecting the Mulholland Highway to the Pacific coast and surrounding areas. Meanwhile, more and more people started flocking to the area, and as they did so, they started taking notice of this small store. Not only were carloads of people stopping by for cold refreshments, but motorcyclists began pouring in from all directions. They were drawn to the incredible canyon roads and the opportunity to test out their riding skills on some of the best motorcycling roads in the world. As more and more people began frequenting this pit stop, it became a landmark institution for the motorcyclist community. Ed and Vern built a reputation for the Rock Store as one of the top tourist destinations and a hangout for the who's who, not just of the motorcycling world, but of Hollywood celebrities and movie stars. From Steve McQueen and Peter Fonda in years past, to Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jay Leno, or Keanu Reeves, you never know who will ride in for breakfast, a coffee, or just to talk bikes. This would be my second visit to the Rock Store, and I knew that at the very least, I would be guaranteed an amazing ride and a look at a wide variety of some of the coolest bikes you're likely to see outside of a museum. As it turned out, I got to chat with a well-known motorcycle photographer, a motorcycle collector with over 300 rare bikes, a builder of some of the coolest Triumph bobbers I've ever seen, and many more riders who wanted to know more about my decked-out Halcyon 450, or just to show off or talk about their machines. This was a classic Rock Store experience.
Isn't this great?
Isn't
this great?
It's wonderful. Yeah.